So I want to talk about atomic IBC. So you might be familiar, we put up a funding proposal recently for Informal Systems and Haifa to move its funding from the ICF to be accountable directly to the Cosmos Hub. Now's the time for that. And one of the ideas we put in the roadmap was this idea of atomic IBC, which is essentially the notion that if you have a bunch of chains under a common security umbrella, you can start to do more interesting things with the interoperability and communication between them. In particular, you can do atomic composability, right? So you can have transactions that execute atomically across multiple chains, which is basically like a holy grail of IBC. And so the way we're proposing to do that, and Jahan has been writing some great blog posts and other material about this, is essentially with a new kind of shared block space, right? We might call it a mega block, where different chains that opt into atomic IBC can share the same block and the same mempool, and that allows them to essentially have their own separate state machines, right? They can still run transactions in parallel, but they can also place transactions together that execute atomically across all those chains, right? And so it looks something like this. This is the only slide on a white background. I hope your eyes are all right. Here we have chain A, chain B, chain C. We have our friend begin block from ABCI. So these things start in parallel, but then they execute these atomic IBC bundles that allow transactions to compose across these different chains in a single atomic transaction before finally executing the transactions for each different chain sort of in parallel, right? And this allows us to have the scalability of parallelism, but also the atomic composable functionality that atomic IBC brings you. And this can allow you to do many complex transaction sequences in a single step, right? Which can be very, very, very powerful. Okay, so
This video is curated and edited by Blockchain Flix. Blockchain Flix seeks to curate and present content on blockchain and Web3 in a way that fosters education, promotes understanding, and advances meaningful conversations. Follow us on YouTube, X, Telegram,